What's up, guys? So I am back doing an update on my Ruger Security 9 full size. First things first, no magazine, chamber's clear, empty, nothing in it. Okay. So I have already shot about 4,000 rounds through this, and I have only had, I think, 4 malfunctions, which were actually just failure to feed. So, like I said, I ordered, these are the upgrades that I've done to it. I got the 20-pound guide rod recoil spring. I have the Seneschal short stroke trigger. I have the sight plate too, but I took that off because I was having troubles with it staying on there. I did blue Loctite. I did red Loctite. Red Loctite, it worked, but when it came to time to taking it off, which I tried blue Loctite 4 different times, and it just kept coming loose. I would go to the range, I would shoot about 100, 150 rounds, and this is me going to the range just decided my optic. And next note, it's wiggly. It would never come flying off, or get, like, I would never let it get to that point where it would fly off, but it would just start breaking loose. I would tighten it, shoot a couple more, boom, it would break loose. So I just got tired of it. I was like, this is bull crap. So I took it off, put my regular sight back on. I haven't had a problem with my regular sights. I am fine with them. But yeah, so those are the upgrades that I did: the recoil spring, the trigger, and the optic plate. Oh yeah, and I got the +2s for the original 15-round mag, so 17 rounds. I carry FMJs in one mag, which I run the Winchesters, the 124s, and then I run the SIG 365s in my other mag. This is the one that's always inside my gun when I am anywhere. This is what's inside of it. This is what I keep in it. The spare is the spare mag. Inside my truck, I keep my 30-round mag, which I actually found, took it to the gun range a few hours ago, and I put it through the test because I had somebody on here being a Debbie Downer and asking me, apparently trying to make fun of me, trying to say that the magazine wasn't reliable. For one, if it wasn't reliable, I damn sure would not be carrying it around with me. I shot 500 rounds with the 30-round Pro Mag that I fitted for my gun, and I did not have not one malfunction whatsoever. Not one. No joke. It ran flawlessly. The only thing that's down about it is I can't call it a 30-round anymore because after I double springed it, I could only run, I think the max I could fit in there was 28, which 28 is still a lot. That's a lot. So I ordered a wolf spring. I got the 5-pound or the 5% extra. That didn't work. So I want to go back online and get the 10% one because I think that would be perfect because it's close to working, but it doesn't do the job. It jams. It starts limping, and it's not trying to push them all the way up, which is super funny about this though. But today when I went to the range, I shot these first. I don't run cheap ammo in my gun. I never do. I don't do it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't do it. If it comes to me having to protect myself with a bullet, then I'm going to make sure that I'm running good ammo, because my brother's Glock 23. His 40 cal. He was running cheap federal ammo through it, and it kept on jamming. It would let off 5 or 6 shots, maybe 10, and then it would jam. And we did an ammo test, cheap ammo versus the good ammo, and with the good stuff it didn't jam. With the cheap stuff it jammed. So I don't run it in mine. If I'm protecting myself with it, then I'm gonna keep something good in there. I'm not gonna go half-ass with it. Why cheap out when you can spend an extra $4 or $5 and get something good? The 30-round mag I have right here. So this is the one that everybody keeps asking me about. I have another one that is inside my other lockbox, but it's locked up. I don't feel like doing all that to open it, but I have the other one that's in there, and that one's ready to run. I just need the extra spring, because I got 2 of them just so I could take the spring out of the other one and put it in this. So I stretched the springs a little bit, like 2 inches. Both of them I stretched them about 2 inches, laid them together, popped them inside here, and I don't have a problem with it. This one actually runs perfect. It runs super good. I'm not having a problem with it whatsoever. Everybody asked me what I did to make it work, and all I did is I notched it. I notched the back hole, the back right here where the feed rail thing or whatever goes through. I opened it up just a little bit more. The bed plate or whatever right here, I made it match one of these, because the Ruger P-Series ones, when you come with it, it's just flat. It just keeps on going straight, and that lifts the bullet a little bit too high for it to feed. So I chopped a little notch right here, and then sanded it down, smoothed it out, made it to where it dropped the bullet down just a little bit. Just a little bit. I tried to make it as close as I can to match the original bed plate inside the original magazine. But that's about it. Really, it's just about having tools, patience, and kind of knowing the measurements. I took these off, the bed plates inside these. I measured them. I took pictures of it and everything. I went to the max. I just wanted to make sure it worked. So I measured everything. I measured the notch that's cut inside these to this one, and then I marked it down with so I taped it with masking tape, and then I marked it down with a Sharpie how far I needed to cut down to match it up, and then I pulled out my Dremel, which you can get a Dremel for cheap. I got this Dremel right here for $24, and I bought it at Walmart. It was supposed to come with 100 and something pieces or some shit like that, and some fucking crackhead or whatever fucking must have took the pieces out the boxes. When I opened the box, all there was the Dremel and the charger. But it's okay. I wasn't really worried about it. So what I did is I went to McLendon's and I went and bought a Dremel kit with all the pieces in it. 110 pieces, $90 worth for, I think it was $45. And this had everything that I needed. I bought a few extra diamond tip pieces for engraving, and that's it. And then I shaved it down, made it match, popped it in, and you got to make sure that you do this actually right. This notch for the mag release, make sure you do that right, because if not, then it'll have play just to move up just a tiny bit, and that little tiny bit will make the whole gun it won't work. It's fucking bullshit. So I just matched everything up as much as I can. I took my time. I didn't get frustrated, because a lot of the times people get frustrated with type of shit like that. So I just took my time and did it right. That's all you gotta do. Measure twice, cut once. You know what I mean? But I had no problem with this at all. I'm pretty surprised. So yes, I do trust this magazine with my life. I do trust this magazine to take care of me if anything ever pops off. I live in Tacoma, Washington. I am from a gang. I'm from NGC, which is Native Gang Script. I'm Native American. I'm I've been stabbed twice. I've been set up before. I deal with a lot of bullshit. I got a bunch of brothers, and you know what happens with my brothers. Their type of beef ends up carrying down and coming on to me. If somebody sees me and, oh, that's their little blah blah, little brother, da da da, they're gonna try to do something to me. So I have a clean record. I've never been in trouble. I was in military school when I was younger. My grandpa, he raised me and my brothers. My grandpa sent me away because he didn't want me turning out like my brothers. I got back, and even though I was still in the gang and everything, I wasn't out there doing all the bullshit, you know, trying to flex on everybody and all that. I just did my own thing. I stuck to myself. I kept my circle very small. It was literally just me, and that's it. So by the time I turned 21, the first thing I did is I went and got my gun permit, and I started buying firearms after that. I used to have a couple guns, and then I'm a recovering addict too, by the way, so I have 7 months and 2 weeks sober. And when I was in my addiction, I sold all my guns. I pawned them, you know, and it sucked, but I'm just trying to pick myself back up. So, oop, my camera slid down. Sorry about that. And but yes, the first one to the collection, and then I'm gonna start my collection over. But I have a lot of fun with this. Once I get enough money up, I want to buy like a Draco, micro Draco, or the AR pistol. You know, I want one of those really bad. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's just the update on this and let you guys know a little bit about me. And yeah, it's a good gun. If anybody's thinking about buying one, I would buy one. I like them, you know. I kind of want to get the compact one, but yeah, so a couple thousand rounds through it, very few problems. I fixed these. I took the springs out and I stretched them like an inch, if that. Yeah, about an inch, maybe a little bit more, 1.25 inches. And then popped them back in there, and the tension's back how they're supposed to be. I was just thinking probably with this +2, kind of do the spring off a little bit, but I stretched it a little bit, popped them in there, and it works fine again. I carry these, and then I carry this for a backup. But other than that, yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos and liking them in the comments. You guys have a good day.